pineapple under the sea.
Thundervision!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
Thundervision!
If nautical nonsense be something you wish,
Thundervision!
then drop on the deck and flop like a fish.
Thundervision!
Morning, T-Birds. Welcome back to another episode of Thundervision. I'm tired.
And I'm miserable.
In this episode, we'll investigate zombies in our halls.
We'll check in with Severa to see the special foreign language event.
Jack will find out if we really need math.
Brayden will give us a sports update.
We'll check in with the life skills on their dog biscuit business.
Austin will give us some history about donuts.
And Chris will check in with the students about Spotify Wrapped.
I covered Zombie Fest this last November, so let's check more on that. Students at Connecticut are used to walking in the halls with zombies. But did you know that once a year, actual zombies roam the halls in our yearly tradition of Zombie Fest? Let's take a look at some insights. Here at Zombie Fest, students have two choices. Either be zombified with makeup, fake blood, and become actors in featured movies created by the advanced film class, or be a director and use the zombified students to create a unique story. Some additions include fake blood, projectile vomit, body part props, and lots and lots and lots of brains. This event happens annually during November, and anyone is welcome. It wasn't just zombies visiting Connecticut, because we had an actual Frenchman here.
Baguette.
Let's check more on that.
Hello, Connecticut. I'm Severa. Last Friday, the French students had the opportunity to meet with an actual French person. Mrs. Foreman introduced us to Emmerich, who studied here at Connecticut as an exchange student and now lives, studies, and works in the U.S. Emmerich told us about his transition from living in France to living in America. We had the chance to gain a better understanding of the struggles of E&L students in a district where not many people speak their language. It's one thing to learn French in a classroom, but it was another thing entirely to experience it and converse with a native French speaker. Here's Mrs. Sosa and Mrs. Foreman to talk about their thoughts on programming like this. Hi, who am I here with today?
I'm Cheryl Sosa, the Director of World Languages and E&L at Connecticut School District.
I'm Madame Foreman. I'm the French teacher here.
What do you think were some major benefits that came from this experience?
I think the students were really excited to hear from a native French speaker and get to meet someone from France, as they've been studying the language for so long. And I loved hearing from my students that, especially of the higher levels, they were able to understand what he was saying in French, when he was speaking all in French, talking about his life and his experiences. So I think that was a really cool experience for them to feel really proud of their progress with the language and hearing, different cultural,
Students, very often our students don't have the opportunity to exchange ideas with a native French speaker, so this gave them a unique opportunity, and knowing that Emeric has a familiarity with Connecticut, it made a really nice connection for the students.
Do you think there will be any experiences like this one?
Yeah, we would love to do more in-school field trips like this. I know Emeric said he'd love to come back. He had such a great experience with all of you. So we definitely want to plan more events like this in the future.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Merci.
As a student in the college French class, I had a great time talking with Emeric, completing crafts, and playing games, all while practicing my French. I'm looking forward to more events like these in the future. Until then, back to you in the studio.
Students have been pestering their math teachers with the age-old question, will I ever use this again in my life? Jack decided to settle the question once and for all. More on that.
Why do we need math? Why is math so important? And do we really need math outside of a school setting? These are all questions that we will be trying to answer by asking students their thoughts on math. First, we have a student who really doesn't think math is important.
Who am I here with?
Brian Boldy.
All right, Brian, what do you think about math?
I hate math.
Why do you hate math?
It's boring and it takes a while. I used ChatGPT to do all my math homework last night.
What math class are you in?
Algebra 2 honors, unfortunately.
Pretty smart. Why do you think we need math? Like, is there any, like, a real purpose for it?
To a point, when it gets super advanced, I think it's only, like, if you're going into that field, but, like, basic math, like geometry and stuff, that's useful.
All right. Nice talking to you. Have a good day.
You too, Jack.
Thank you, Tucker, for your thoughts. Now we have a student who thinks math is needed.
All right, who am I here with?
You're here with Tommy Huda.
All right, Tommy, what do you think about math?
I mean, it's alright. I kind of have to like it.
Why do you have to like it?
Because I'm doing an engineering major.
Oh. Why do you think we need math?
Well, there's a lot of things in math that people are always like, oh, this is stupid. You're never going to use this in the real world. But it's there for a reason. So, like, some majors or, like, some specific scenarios, like, you're going to have to use something like I cannot speak right now. Like neurosciences and NASA stuff, like, that's where you need, like, this kind of things. It's obviously not for, like, everyone, but there's some scenarios where you're going to need it.
What level of math are you in right now?
I'm in calc.
Ooh, pretty smart there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, nice talking to you. Have a good day.
Of course, you too.
Thank you, Tommy, for your thoughts.
Lastly, we have a teacher point of view on the matter.
All right, who am I here with today?
Hi, I'm Mr. Dulce.
Hi, Mr. Dulce. Why do you like math so much, since you're a math teacher and all?
Math is the underlying language of the universe.
What does that mean?
If you want to understand the world around you, you really have to be able to describe it in a way that is clean and clear and exact.
All right. Why do you think we really need math?
Well, math helps us study things that are changing in the world around us. It helps us measure things. I teach calculus. Calculus is the study of the way things change at its heart. Movement, physics, everything we want to measure. You want to produce a video game, you need math to do it. You want to fly to the moon, you need math to do it.
Is math important outside of, like, a school setting, or not even going into certain jobs like that?
Well, certainly. As we, meet high schoolers and younger students, who knows where you're going to wind up, right? So can you really, as a 7th or 8th grader, predict that you're going to be in a career where you'll never need math? You really can't. So I look at math education as opening up opportunities and possibilities. The more math you have in your back pocket, the more well-equipped you would be to take on a wider variety of career or job choices. The truth is, some students are never going to use math after they graduate high school. It's true. But you'll be prepared should the need ever arise.
All right. Anything else you would like to add about math?
Well, we think about jobs and careers that require math, and we think about, rocket science or accounting as two very different ends of that spectrum. But what we don't think about are simpler things like electricians. To actually become a master electrician, you need quite a bit of calculus and math and complex analysis with imaginary numbers that folks never really realize. But if you wanted to get into that trade, in order to rise to the top of it, you'd need to have a background in math to do so.
All right. Nice talking to you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All this really showed is depending on what you want to do or what you're good at, math could be important or not.
Thanks, Jack.
Now over to Braden with our winter sports update.
Winter is coming.
And so are winter sports.
Thank you, Austin. Winter sports have started, and we are excited to see how our seasons go. Winter sports include basketball, bowling, cheerleading, fencing, swimming, volleyball, winter track, and wrestling. The season just started, so we want to wish all student athletes and coaches a successful season. Check back with us in January for stories on our wrestling and basketball teams. See you in January.
Thanks, Braden. Winter sports aren't the only thing happening this December. Every year, Miss Dory's life skills students run a business, making dog biscuits for the holidays. Let's kick it over to Nate to find out about that.
Hi, Connecticut. I'm Nate from Thundervision, and I wanted to bring some news to you. I got to go to one of the life skills classes, and I saw them make some dog biscuits, and it was really cool to see them make dog biscuits. I got to interview 2 of their students. Let's see how they're doing. Who am I here with?
Eddie Manfredonia.
Eddie, what can you tell us about the biscuits?
Basically about the biscuits, basically they look like really good. The way how we mix them of the flavors is great, and it's pretty good.
What'd you make them with?
We made them with pumpkin, flour, and oats.
What cause are you doing this for?
We're doing this so basically every year in December we usually do dog biscuits every year for each holiday. One we'll do Halloween, and then one we'll do Christmas free, and we usually sell them too at the same time.
Who am I here with?
James.
Hi, James. What's your favorite part about making the dog biscuits?
That the dogs love them and, take good care of them.
Where the dog biscuits will be sold at the Life Skills Fair on December 17th. Hope to see you there.
While the holiday season is a time for cookies, candy canes, and dog biscuits, did you know that National Donut Day was this November? Neither did I. Let's check in with Austin about this biannual holiday.
Greetings, Connecticut. Do you like donuts? Donuts are an important part of American culture, celebrated in commercials, cartoons, and everywhere from small towns to cities. But did you know how they became such a ubiquitous part of our culture? It goes back to World War I. American female volunteers were sent by the U.S. to France to support the soldiers. Wanting to give the soldiers a taste of home, they cooked donuts, which was a morale boost for the soldiers, who really needed it to help with the traumatic experiences they had. The tradition would continue during the Great Depression, and costing only a nickel, it became an affordable luxury. The popularity of donuts led to the creation of National Donut Day, a holiday in 1938. Since then, we've seen this sugary, greasy baked good all over the world. You can find donuts at every popular Dunkin' and Krispy Kreme, local favorites like Glen Wayne Bakery, at gas stations, and at 7-Elevens in every state in the country. National Donut Day is celebrated every November 5th and on the first Friday of June every year. So look out for donut makers celebrating by offering deals or even free donuts. Happy eating. That just about wraps up this month's episode of Thundervision. But before we sign off for the calendar year, let's check in with Chris, who covered a recent year-end tradition, our Spotify Wrapped playlists.
Who am I here with?
Mr. Max.
All right, Mr. Max, what was your Spotify Wrapped looking like?
It was looking pretty horrible, I'm gonna be honest.
What was on it? What was your number one?
My number one was TV Girl, and I also use Apple Music, and my number one on there was TV Girl again.
What was your number two?
Hold on, let me pull out the phone real quick. Don't look at that. Okay, so my number two was Alex G.
That doesn't say TV Girl.
So my number two was Alex G.
Is that the guy who made Bleach music?
Yeah. My number three was Amori, and fourth was Duster, and then fifth was Frank Ocean.
His number one is the guy that made the Bleach music.
What? No. What? Yeah. And he knows about what is it? What are we doing?
Yo. What'd you get on your Spotify Wrapped?
Why you wanna know?
Just wanna know. Just wanna know.
Nah.
Come on.
Nah. How about you? What'd you get on your rap?
I got Bruno Mars, Lefe, My Chemical Romance is my top three. I said mine. Now, what's your top three?
It was Drake, 21 Savage, Travis Scott.
That's not that bad. All right. Thanks for telling us. Who am I here with?
Joseph Garrity.
All right, Joe, what'd you get on your Spotify Wrapped?
I don't use Spotify.
What do you use?
Apple Music.
What'd you get for your Apple Music review or whatever it is?
I think it was Billy Joel. Album was Jesus Christ Superstar.
All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What were your other top three?
Me check. Whoa. Gotta make sure. Travis Scott, Kanye, ABBA, Metallica, Adam Pascal, and Murray Head.
Not bad, not bad. All right, thanks for telling us.
Hey Tired, who is your #1 Wrapped?
I hate Spotify. What about you, Miserable?
I don't know, but I can tell you that Ethan's #1 is Yeet.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Jake.
And we're Thundervision.